Hey guys, this is Kelly. I am back with a layout for Stuck Sketches. This is the October 15th sketch release that I just had up on the screen, and it is a sketch with 4 photos. So when I first looked at the sketch, my first thought was, I don't usually do a sketch with 4 photos. I'm going to do the sketch with 2 photos, maybe either 2 4x6s or 2 4x4s. And then I was thinking about it and I decided that I wanted to challenge myself and actually do the 4 photos. So these photos are a series that truly depicts my daughter's personality. So I thought these would be perfect. And I did print them off at 3x4 so that I could get 2 on a 4x6 when I had the photos printed. I believe that the sketch with the sizing shows photos that are probably a little bit smaller than 3x4, but it's nice to know that you can do the sketch with photos as large as 3x4 and still get 4 comfortably on the page, because I am going to take some of the pattern papers and mat them behind the photos. So the collection that I am using is primarily Maggie Holmes' Gather collection, and I've also pulled some Millie and June papers that I had from a collection pack that I found at Hobby Lobby, and I'm using those and some Pink Fresh Studio Alphas, those really pretty blue ones that match so well. So what I am doing is just taking some of the papers that I knew that I wanted to use. This blue and white gingham is my absolute favorite paper in this collection. I love gingham, I love polka dots, and this blue is incredible. And I was so thrilled when I saw this blue. So what I am going to do at this point is try to make sure that the photos are in the order that I want them in, and I'm going to trim down the papers, and then in a minute you're going to see that I move around a few of the papers because I didn't want the same pattern paper right up on top of or right next to one another. There's going to be a little bit of overlap, but I wanted to just kind of spread out the colors a little bit. And so you'll see that I try to fix that a little bit later on. So these photos were taken of my kids' first day of school, and my daughter is a funny girl, and her expressions say it all, and I was just lucky this time to get a bunch of them on film, and I just thought that it would be great to have a page with this little series of photos. It ends, starts with her being silly, and my son probably said something silly to her, and then at the end they both have sweet little smiles. So I am pulled off this rose from the chipboard. I love the chipboard. Oh my goodness, it is so pretty. And just because I am doing a layout with a boy doesn't mean that I won't use flowers or floral stuff. The journaling is probably, well, actually there isn't going to be any journaling on this. I was thinking I'd go back and do it, but the title that I end up putting just pretty much says it all, and it is truly my daughter. So this little polka dot paper is not actually polka dots. It is very tiny hearts, and it is a Millie and June paper by Fancy Pants, and I love it. I think when the next time I place an order online, I'm going to have to get just a few more sheets of this paper because I love it that much. I love a good polka dot, and the fact that you can barely see that they're teeny tiny little hearts and they're the perfect color of blue. I like good basic papers like that, and I don't get tired of those. So the background paper is also a Millie and June paper, and I really wanted to challenge myself and try to use some more pattern papers as my background. I feel like I, can get into a creative rut where I'm doing the same thing, so I just wanted to challenge myself to do something a little bit different. So I apologize if there's some pauses in with when we're watching this back, I have been binge watching Gilmore Girls, and so something I'm sure came on that I had to take a closer look at. That show has been highly addicting, and I have just really loved it. So I know that I want that rose to go in that bottom left-hand cluster, and that is where I am going to house my title. And Missy Whidden had made a layout with shenanigans in the title, and that is just something, it's a word I don't think you really hear all the time, but it is a word that my husband and I use all the time. So when I saw that she used it, I was like, that is perfect, especially with Emily, because she will do some of these funny things. So I wanted to use these beautiful blue letters, and I had a feeling that the word was going to be too long, but I wanted to just eyeball it and see if I could make it work on the page, and I probably could have, but I would have used up, I think, all of one of the letters or close to it, and I didn't want to do that. So I decided to change the title to Silly Antics, and I felt like that described it just as well. So these gold puffy cursive alphas, oh my gosh, they are just gorgeous. I truly miss having a local scrapbook store. I love to actually touch and feel papers, and I would go and I could spend an hour just in the paper aisle, looking at things. And, some of the things that I would see online wouldn't necessarily be my favorite when I saw them in the store. So when I ordered these, I was, hoping that I would like them, but I wasn't prepared for how much I would love them. And they're just perfect. So at this point, I'm just going through trying to get some ideas for embellishments. And I knew that the paper pad had this frame page, and then it also has a ticket page. And I'm going to go ahead and tear both of those out. I want to cut out a ticket or two, and I'm going to use those in some clusters, and then I also will cut out a frame. So this ticket I'm going to put up in that upper cluster right there, and I now have some trap white space. So I'm going to do a couple of things and try and think about how I'm going to fix that. This Love You chipboard came from the Gather chipboard collection as well. I usually have a little trouble getting banners put down for whatever reason. I think it's just probably my little stumbling block. So when I put it down and saw how perfect it looked, I was thrilled because, it's the first time I'm using this collection, and I'm able to use something that typically stays on my chipboard sheet. So the black frame was the frame that I chose because the chipboard pieces in the upper and lower clusters have black. So I just wanted to bring a little bit of black to that other cluster. And I am going to go ahead and put down the letters. I will go back off camera and use my quick dry adhesive to glue these letters down. I just think that the stickers today, for whatever reason, just don't have enough adhesive, and that's okay because I'd rather know it in the beginning and not go back through my album at a later time and find half the letters, fallen off the page or down in the page protector. So when I put my word on, I started with the C because I wanted the I and the C to nestle around that descending part of the Y. And I just like the way that it tucks in. So this is my first attempt of trying to figure out what I'm going to do with this trapped space. And I am going to just put a banner or make a fishtail banner edge. And when I put it back, I'm like, I don't like that. It's too much. It's not what I wanted. And I glanced down at the sticker sheet, and it had this beautiful blue label. So I thought it was perfect because I could cluster and overlap these two, the ticket and the label, and fill that trap space and bring more of that blue up top, and it just made that cluster look so much better. So when I ordered this Gather collection, this sticker sheet was the very first thing I put in my cart. I missed out on the Bloom sticker sheet, and yeah, I'm still very sad about that. I thought I was going to be getting it on Scrapbook Steals, and I got that and the Maggie Holmes Bloom letters, the alphas that came with it, and when I got my package, there were no stickers, so I am still sad about that. Um, I'm not sure why I was holding off on the Bloom collection. I think it was because I knew that I was going to get some in a kit, and I wanted to make sure that I wasn't going to buy the same thing. But yeah, I missed out on those stickers, so I won't be doing that again. So here I am just going ahead and gluing these letters down. I love this fine line bottle and the Scotch quick dry adhesive. I know that other people talk about Tombow, and I would try that as well, but I have like another bottle or two in my stash, so I'm going to use this up before I try anything else. So it's not a layout without some gold Heidi Swap color shine, so I just sprinkled some of that around the edges of the clusters, and I am going to finish it off with some enamel dots. I do go back at the end and put one more ticket in that upper right hand cluster that you can see in the close-ups. So that's pretty much it for me today. I'm going to link the Stuck Sketch blog in the detail section below, so you can check out what the other design team members created with this sketch. So thanks so much for joining me, guys. I hope to see you soon, and I hope you have a great day. Take care. Bye.